today's top news headlines. MSU joins chorus against AFSPA, takes out protest rally. Kokomi decries Nagaland killing, shows solidarity. And Center asks Stats UTS to stay prepared for possible COVID surge. We are collectively facing a pandemic threat that is sweeping across the humanity beyond oceans and borders. Considering the seriousness of COVID-19, it's about time we step up against this deadly disease. Maintain a safe distance from others even if they don't appear to be sick. Wear a mask in public, especially indoors or when physical distancing is not possible. Choose open, well-ventilated spaces over closed ones. Clean your hands often. Use soap and water or an alcohol-based hand rub. Get vaccinated when it's your turn. Follow local guidance about vaccination. Cover your nose and mouth with your bent elbow or a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Stay home if you feel unwell. Hello, this is Pony TV, giving you the latest English bulletin at 6:30. I'm LAKSMIBAI. Now the news in detail. All Manipur Students' Union MSU on Thursday has joined the chorus against Armed Forces Special Powers Act AFSPA 1958. The union held a protest rally demanding repeal of AFSPA from the northeast. The rally kicked off from MSU head office at DM College campus in Imphal and ended at Koyathom. They held several placards that read, "We condemn Nagaland massacre, repeal AFSPA from Northeast, and respect human rights." Taking part in the rally, MSU General Secretary Bikramjit Thongam said the security forces have killed as many as 1,528 civilians in Manipur under the shadow of Armed Forces Special Powers Act AFSPA 1958. Uncountable incidents similar to the Nagaland have taken place in the state of Manipur, he reminded.
Down, down! Down, down! Armed Forces Special Power Act! Armed Forces Special Power Act!
Decrying the recent Nagaland killing, the Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity Kokomi held a sit-in on Thursday in Imphal. Assam Rifles gunned down 14 Naga civilians in Mon district of Nagaland on December 4 last. The Union Home Ministry had said the Nagaland incident was a case of mistaken identity, a claim refuted by rights groups and other civil society groups in Nagaland. Today's demonstration was carried out at the Kaisampat Laimazam Lekai Community Hall in Imphal. Kokomi coordinator Longjam Ratan Kumar Singh said the protest was to show solidarity to the victims and their families and also to condemn the massacre committed by Assam Rifles para-commandos. Kokomi was also showing solidarity to the renewed protest by different civil society organizations across Northeast demanding repeal of Armed Forces Special Power Act AFSPA 1958. Ratan Kumar said center's development activities in Northeast prove futile so long as killings continue in the region under the shadow of the controversial AFSPA.
India Chaukat Yaroi Haidana, India, Masak Naiva, political leader Kayana, Lakpata, Haiwa Pamsiam, Toin Lautopi, Pekes Kayama, Development Gidi Lautopi. A point of Hamzani, but the development package, Mayam Lautu Haikanda, some the innocent people sing Apasbagi, Marunda, Hatana, right to life, Mayama Singer than a later. What is the meaning of development? Armed Forces Special Power Act 1958, I will say, was it Hamzalatana, Lamdam Sida, Akoimisa Miam Kaya, Wotli, Lalo. Thing bagi namata masina lalo thing bang ngamde hai base kaya group dogre Tangjam Manorama-gi apaswagi mayok da hogiba ihogda same kiba committee na su hairiba ekase yam draconian hoi masi repeal tawgadabani haibagi recommendation pi giba leigre asigumba mayam si leirakanda mapungoina government of India nasigi ekase lokthokna sumak thamba haibase double standard oiba policy midenga do north east ying yaina koina lawi if they are sincere enough they have to repeal Armed Forces Special Power Act 1958 without any delay.
Union Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan held a review meeting with senior officials of states and union territories on Thursday and urged them to ensure availability of adequate buffer stock of 8 critical drugs used for treatment of the coronavirus disease. He also asked to make sure all hospitals are ready to deal with any possible surge in cases. The meeting was held in the wake of the detection of a number of cases of the highly transmissible Omicron variant of the virus in India. Speaking to health secretaries and National Health Mission directors via video conference, Bhushan said all health facilities should have functional ventilators, PSA plants, and oxygen concentrators. Manipur recorded 25 fresh coronavirus infections and 0 deaths in the past 24 hours, according to the Manipur COVID-19 Command Control Room. The positivity rate was recorded at 1.7%. The COVID tally now climbs to 1,25,454, while the death toll stands at 1,985. The State COVID-19 Command Control Room in a release also said the new cases were detected from 1,460 samples tested in the past 24 hours. 1 person was recuperated from the virus in the same hours, it added. Moirang Kuno Opunba Merapaibi Loop on Friday condemned the assault of a local woman by one Oinam Rajendro on December 5 last. It is said that on December 5 at around 8 in the morning, one Oinam Rajendro, a resident of Moirang Kuno Mamang Sabal in Bisnupur district, assaulted Salam Ongbi Faza Debi, accusing her of spitting on him. She has been hospitalized following the incident. Local Merapaibi members staged a protest against the incident at Moirang Kuno Mamang Sabal against the incident. A member of Moirang Kuno Opunba Merapaibi Loop refuted the claim by Oinam Rajendro, saying the spitting incident was not intentional. She said Faza is undergoing treatment following the assault incident. Moirang Kuno Opunba Merapaibi Loop appealed to the concerned authority to address the issue and take necessary legal action against the culprit.
Ongbi Faza Debina, Tabak Amasapagi Damak Tolapada, Ontongdagi Kara Haidora Aga. Mana Kwamahi Otopada, Mamanga Lapna Lapa Garidu, Kanagino Garino Kangdana, Garido La Ehabagi Otoba, Kwamahi Sunataba, Gari Toraga Lapa, Oinam Rajendro Koba, Moirangno, Hairiba Mangsaba Lairexi de Leba, Magi, Apopana, Lakidraba, Oinam Nongton, Hairiba Nupasina, Ma Uraga, Matin Sitle, Haibuna Prasar Toraga, Hairiba. Salam Fazadi Bibu Tamtina, Sorokta Puseba the Natana Mayum Sumang Hawatan Aga, Nung by the Nasuraga, Hatke, he Sudrabangang, Matsakara Tola Akanda, Mabuk Hatle, Hadan Lau Kungana Torapadakim Yang, Kangan Sensalaga, he Kalhoraga, Nasi Razme Disitida, when Hojimak laying Duna Lady, Hairiba, Oinam Rajendrona, Salam Fazagi Matakta Satarapa, Tawongasi Handakanati, Mamang the Shu, Amuk. Asingumba Togdoksi Samanana Tokrabani, Manipur government git Mari Lane about authority Singna, Hari Barajendro Gimataka, Miot Mina Satarpa Mu, Sigimataka Sapsaba, Mari Lane by Axel Lokopi.
Now we have a short break. Stay tuned.
Karigumba dom yumda laiba anaba singi hida kappa dressing tauba blood sample loba rice tube hapa catheterization hapa enema tobinaba experience lairaba nurse amati doctor thibada awaba thengnabirabadi wabiraganu Medlane Home Nursing Care Service Manipurna pung kunmari chukna adom yumda latuna hida kappa injection piba dressing tauba feeding tube hapa catheter hapa amadi makhal kya ge anaba sing experience lairaba doctor amadi nursing tuna mating pangzari akupa marol gidamak Medlane gi helpline number 9205987988 amukasu 9205987988 ta call tawna tanabiu natraga Google Play Store gi Medlane app download tawna booking tawi.
Welcome. After the break, you're watching Pony TV English News at 6:30. Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on Thursday announced that a tri-service inquiry had been ordered by the Indian Air Force IAF into the helicopter crash that killed Chief of Defence Staff CDS Bipin Rawat, his wife Madhulika Rawat and 11 others. The inquiry, he said, would be headed by Air Marshal Manvendra Singh, Air Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Training Command. Speaking in the Lok Sabha, Singh expressed profound grief over the demise of Rawat. With profound grief and a heavy heart, I stain to convey the unfortunate news of the crash of the military helicopter in the noon of 8 December 2021, with India's first Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat, on board, he said. General Bipin Rawat was on a scheduled visit to Defence Services Staff College, Wellington, to interact with the student officers. The Air Force Mi-17 V5 helicopter took off from Sulur Air Base at 11:48 a.m. yesterday and was expected to land at Wellington by 12:15 p.m. Air traffic control at Sulur Air Base lost contact with the helicopter at approximately 12:08 p.m. Subsequently, few locals spotted a fire in the forest near Kunur and rushed to the spot, where they observed the wreckage of military helicopter engulfed in flames. Rescue teams from the local administration in the vicinity reached the site and attempted to recover the survivors from the crash site, he told the House. Elangbam Johnson, an intending political candidate from Kaisamthong constituency in Imphal West, on Thursday inaugurated a gym at Kagempali, Nganapithong, Hingkol, Lamhang. Addressing the function, he said the idea of Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the development of North-East clearly indicates that the BJP loves the region. He also highlighted on the importance of the youth to keep in good health, adding that a health revolutionary movement is vital in every locality. Towards this end, Johnson said he has donated the gym. He also called upon the people to support him and BJP in the upcoming general election to help BJP return to power.
Hariba fitness center asina soidena maki lekai sigi hawulaliba naharol sing aduga club ki leiriba aikoi thabak thoram singda achauba mateng amade soidena maki hariba fitness center asina oirani ngasi pijeriba akoi polam sing asi thoidona yam banatre du makhata na akoi space ki expansion se hek lakpaga madogi makhata na chap chana akoi physical fitness center amagi leibam thokpa sing adu pinana bai gi maikai degi su hona jagani ra hariba gi aina pangthok choriba tawjeriba se akoi kendra sida mapungoina akoi haksang phana leisi haiba akoi pandam mai koina haujagiba adugi manung channa akoi kendra sida makhata na su asigumba fitness center sing asi hanganabagi ayaki maikai degi sem saraga leijare mafam sing adu anamba su identify tawbo loijare anu athuba matamda akoi gi sigumba gi akoi gi health ki movement ma akoi gi kendra manung da su akoi mamang dagi leiriba akoi Kaisamthong kendra si adugi matik hana sports ki da su hadum meng chatpa international fencing adagi athletes sing kai sing noi leiba ngakta ne dona hariba sing asi gi wakhalon sing asi akoi na amuk nauna sengko chakat pachang badu madu yengjara kanda akoi ngasi si happer hojabani.
It is most unfortunate that the All Travel Students Union of Manipur Atsum is today turning the controversial Hill Areas Committee bill into a travel versus non-travel issue in Manipur, according to Kangleipak Kanbalup, Manipur. It is correct that the existing Hill Areas Committee has moved the Speaker to convene a special session of the State Assembly to discuss the issue. But that is for the Speaker to decide and not coerce through economic blockades and other strong-arm tactics, a press statement of the Loop said. The moot point is that very recently, a delegation of tribal legislators, including the outer member of Parliament of Manipur, had called on the President of India seeking his intervention upon return to Manipur. They have not met a single statement as to what the President had advised them instead. The second point is the Hill Areas Committee, authorized by Article 371C of the Constitution of India, read with the Presidential Order of 1972, does not anywhere specifically indicates that it provides for a separate scheme of administration, and furthermore, it only provides for safeguarding the interest of the hill areas and does not in any way provide for a different scheme of administration. Also, the call for a separate executive officer to oversee the new autonomous district councils is similar to having a separate chief secretary for the hill areas and one for the valley, which the Constitution of India cannot allow at all. The question again is what has happened to the demand for inclusion of the hill areas under the 6th schedule of the Constitution. The Naga Hoho delegation, led by its president H.K. Jimomi, paid a visit to Oting village, Mon, on December 7 to extend solidarity and to support the victims of 21 para-commandos and also to gather first-hand information. In this regard, the Naga Hoho issued a press release tonight saying that eyewitnesses of the incident apprised that the Naga Hoho delegation that the genocide was not a mistaken identity as claimed, but rather it was intentional for the reasons best known to the Indian security forces and their political masters. The statement of the Naga Hoho added, it is said that the villagers have no connection with either the Naga national political groups or the Indian security forces. Eyewitnesses said that when the victims were returning to their village after performing their daily wages, the security forces led ambush and indiscriminately fired upon the civilians despite the victims shouting that they were innocent public. The statement of the Naga Hoho said that the security forces, knowing fully, fired upon and killed 6 laborers on the spot on December 4, 2021. According to the Naga Hoho statement, on hearing the gunshots, the villagers rushed to the spot to get to know what had happened, whereas the security forces tried to hide those dead bodies in their vehicle by wrapping the dead bodies by the uniforms of Jawans to bluff the people that the slain persons were Naga national political groups, alleged the Naga Hoho. But when the angry villagers, after identifying their men and started charging the Jawans once again started firing indiscriminately at the public and thereby killing another 7 persons on the spot and injuring many others, it added. Further, according to the Naga Hoho, the villagers condemned the distorted statement of the Union Home Minister in the Parliament, in which the latter misled the House by saying that the incident was a mistaken identity and also a self-defense, which hurts the sentiments of the victims' families in particular and the village of Oting in general, as it had added salt to the injuries. The Naga Hoho added that the public demanded the Union Home Ministers to apologize publicly or take full responsibility for killing innocent persons without any rhymes or reasons. Now we have another short break. Stay tuned.
Mapok Kumon Foundation Dega Mari Lainana Pangthok Zaba Hayengi Dama Gelhomi Ekoi Pulasi Haiba Wakal Barinda Lakalga Kusam Naduna Chadminariba Farmers Club Ikal Isak Lipul Amadi Puyana Puthok Saba Leivak Ningba Amadi Matamisai Taramatoika Pongzabagi Tauramama Lakliba Poinugi Taret Nipanba Irai Numit In Kumzali Singaniga Kungamatoi December ki tarik tarada Awang Biosida Leiba Asa Cinema Holda Pangtok Seragani Isai Singasibu Sakpigadaba Saisak Pasindi Laksmi Thongram Pinky Saikom Amrika Sorok Haibam Arvin Nachingbani Masida Sunatana to Pasaisak Pakayamasu Miam the Kudol Tamjagani Toro Masida Aimol Kodam Pai Kulgi Kunja Singna Aimol Jagoi Kimaski Jagoi Kanglofna Togo Jagoi Kudol Tambigani Hairiba Tauram Masida Ireza Singna Sarugyabiu, Tauram Mapung Panbiu, Yelhomi Gilipul Chelenbiu Haina, Lakalna, Nolukna, Paujinjeri.
After the break, you're watching Bonnet TV English News at 6:30. At least 1 person was injured in an explosion reported in Delhi's Rohini court on Thursday. A media report quoted a fire department official as saying that a call was received at 10:40 a.m. regarding the mysterious explosion inside chamber number 102, after which the fire department rushed at least 7 fire tenders to the incident site. The official said the explosion was of low intensity and the injured person was immediately taken to a nearby hospital even before the fire tenders reached the spot. The official said there were no casualties in the incident. Announcing an end to their over a year-long agitation, the Samyukt Kisan Morcha (SKM) decided to call off their protest at New Delhi's borders on Thursday. Farmers will start vacating the protest sites from Thursday. Bharatiya Kisan Union leader Joginder Ugrahan confirmed that the protest will be called off after a formal letter with a proposal from the government including the unconditional withdrawal of all police cases lodged against protesters during the agitation was received. SKM set on December 11 a Vijay Diwas, Victory Day will be celebrated at all borders, toll plazas, and protest places across the country, following which the protesters will return. The government had sent a draft proposal to the farm unions on Wednesday, saying that in light of the concessions proposed, there was no justification for the hesitation to continue, and requesting the unions to call it off. On Thursday, SKM leaders met after getting the proposal from the government. Now, before we wrap up, let's take a look at the top news headlines again. MSU joins chorus against AFASPA takes out protest rally. Kokomi decries Nagaland killing, shows solidarity. And Center asks states UTS to stay prepared for possible COVID surge. That's all for today's 6:30 bulletin. For more updates, keep watching Pony TV and stay tuned.